The Weekly Planet Podcast, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. With James and Mason, your hosts, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. Red hot comic book movie news, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. Ra-pa-pum-pum, ra-pa-pum-pum. In your bum.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly... The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday, and with me, as always, and everything's fine, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
What a Christmas treat for me. One, to be doing this podcast. Delightful. And two, to have your little thing that you do, your little
literally blow up in my
your little
face.
scheme blew up in your face. You've cracked open an alcohol-free, can we say the brand?
Sure.
It's a Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Can we say the brand?
Well, I don't know.
Can we not?
Can we not? But anyway, they've got that. Don't they have a little device in them to increase the bubbles and the foam and you cracked it and it exploded in your face, and that's fun for me.
I was embarrassed.
That's a Christmas tree for me.
I was embarrassed, Mason.
I know you look embarrassed, and you look embarrassed still.
Yep, and I will be for the rest of the show.
And your life, probably.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Mason, big week this week. We've got a couple of things going on. One, we saw the new Lion King prequel.
Yep, we sure did.
That was good. And we've got a bunch of news that we've got to get to.
Oh, yes.
Including The Rock and how excited he is for Red One to be hitting streaming.
God,
and all the records it's breaking.
Verticals.
Yeah. If you said Red One to a person, like who didn't know what that was, do you think they'd be like, oh, that's a Christmas movie?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, we've got some
They
Bond.
probably think it's Kettle One. That's a vodka. Can we say that brand? Can we say the brand? Are we allowed?
Can we?
I think so. It might be like, is it a vodka or something?
Yeah, it could be a vodka. Well, if knowing him, then maybe.
Could be a vodka.
But yeah, we've got news on what's going on with Bond. Bad stuff, it seems.
Yeah, the broccoli family are arcing up.
Yeah.
But I also heard a casting rumor this week.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it's just Daniel Craig adjacent.
Yeah.
I think somebody just
Daniel Craig adjacent and a British guy who's popular at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about some Star Wars
That's right, it's
rumors.
King Charles.
Oh, no.
King Charles is the next James Bond.
Isn't he
And
bad?
I salute him.
Isn't he?
I'm saluting him.
Do you salute the king?
Would I salute a bad
Or do you
person?
bow to the king?
You probably have to bow to the king. We technically have to bow to the king, I think.
Technically, yeah.
If he came to Australia, I think.
Yeah. Well, I won't.
I was going to say I won't either. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't care if I get beheaded.
Yeah.
I won't do it.
Would you say, why don't you bow to me first, and then he bows, and then you kick him in the face?
Oh, nice move. He
do
wouldn't
that?
be expecting that
No.
either, because he spent decades. He'd probably go, "Oh, this is
a novelty.
This is a bit of fun, isn't it? I'll bow to them. Isn't this a bit cheeky?" And then you kick him in the head. Yeah, yeah.
The Mummy's getting another reboot.
We're on a watch list now. Probably.
Yeah, whatever.
The Mummy's getting a reboot. Okay,
It is,
great.
yeah.
Terrific.
Got some casting for the next He-Man movie, and of course the huge trailer, the big trailer, Superman Legacy.
Which you might not know because there's no title card in it.
Oh, I didn't even realize that wasn't even what happened in
That's
the
right.
trailer. But I mean, I assume it says it in the title of the video.
Would do that. Also, you see Superman a lot in it. And this Clark Kent guy as well. He's in it as well.
They're brothers, aren't they?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, because one's an alien man.
Yeah. The other's from Kansas or whatever.
Yeah, that is true, actually. Good point. Before we get into that, and there are time codes below if you do want to skip to anything in particular, next week is our last episode of the year.
That's right.
And that's when we do our best and worst of everything that we've seen and looked at.
That's correct.
Year 2024.
And thank you to our friend Rob Collings, who's put a list together of those things that's allowed people to vote on it, and also reminds us of the things that we saw
watched
this week, because this year, because I've forgotten all of them.
That's right. So that's linked below. I meant to mention it last week. We might be recording a bit earlier this week, coming up to New Year's. But yeah, if you want to get your vote in for what was your least favorite thing of the year. And it's not just like best and worst movies. We also put in things that we specifically like.
Best and worst wigs, for
That's
example.
right. Or haircuts, for example.
They're almost all wigs now, aren't they?
There's too many wigs in Hollywood.
Yeah,
It's fake veneers and wigs. I don't like it, Mason.
Padded butts and so forth.
Yeah, that's right. Just fall on your regular butt.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was on a radio program, I think, in the last couple of weeks, promoting Craven, and he was like, padded butts in the Marvel universe.
Oh, he's doing it too?
No, he said he wasn't. The implication, I think, was that everybody else is doing it except him.
Oh, except for him, was he?
Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
Wow.
Helped your movie, did it?
No, I don't think it did, no.
No?
No, I don't think so.
That should have been the tagline, and his butt is real.
His butt's real and savage. He's got a savage butt.
He does.
From the deep bowels of Africa. He's got a savage butt.
My goodness.
Do we have any more box office updates on Craven? Is it doing well all of a sudden?
No, it's real bad.
Okay, because Venom surprisingly did quite
well. Yeah, but
well.
people know who that is.
Yeah, they do know who that is.
They don't know what Craven is.
That's true.
I did see there was this campaign that I saw one video for, which was something about like locking up Craven or getting locked with Craven, and it's putting like a padlock on like somebody without them knowing or something.
Huh.
And then I can't
imply that you are trapped in prison with Craven.
I guess.
And he will murder. He will therefore murder you in prison.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't think it was like a fake thing, but it sounds fake, right? It sounds like I dreamt it.
It does sound like you dreamt it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do have good dreams. So, Anyways, Mason, The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He's been talking on Twitter about what's been going on with his little Christmas movie, Red One. And by little, I mean it cost $250 million.
So a huge Christmas movie.
Yeah, but
which we all still remember watching.
Yeah, we did watch it, and we all thought it was good.
It's still a top of mind of most people, I think.
Yeah.
Even the Superman trailer, people are like, get out of here, Superman trailer.
Red One.
The only big red I'm interested in is that guy, and his name was...
Christmas Man.
No, it wasn't. He had a name. He had a
Jack Elf.
Maybe?
Which guy are you talking about?
It's time to Jack Elf was the tagline of the movie, I think.
That's right.
Lock your doors, it's time to Jack Elf.
Anyways, he said our little Christmas movie, maybe box office wise, Red One shattered a viewing record for Amazon. Prime Video with 50 million viewers this past weekend. Red One has a long shelf life with multiple verticals. Kudos to Amazon partners.
What does that mean again, though? Does that mean like
different, like
distribution,
I
or
guess,
does it mean like we can sell action figures? Is that what a vertical is?
Maybe. It's not. I assume it's not demographics.
But I think the fact that we don't understand what that is would suggest it's probably not a thing to put in a celebratory tweet about your.
I just Googled it, and it's just talking about vertical videos.
I don't think it's that.
No. Kudos to our partners at Amazon for their strategic win.
Nice. Terrific
That's
stuff.
just getting started.
Really good.
This is an obligation tweet.
Oh, like he's contractually required to put this in. Yeah, okay.
And most importantly, massive thank you
to
you and your families around the world who tuned in. We made a little history.
Yeah, I saw this with my family.
Brand Earth emoji.
Yeah.
Then he wrote A- cinema score, 90% audience rating. Ain't too shabby. Hand emoji pointing up. 2 hands fist bumping, and then maybe a wave. I don't know, one of these emojis.
That's the wave of tequila from his tequila brand.
Oh, and make sure you leave cookies and tequila for the big guy. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he might come around.
He might storm your house. And if you don't have what he wants, he'll get mad.
So this is the last we will hear of The Rock and Red One. This is the last thing he will say. I can't imagine that there's...
Not a sequel, you don't think?
No.
But, I mean, he could... he might be contractually, locked into a sequel that he gets paid $50 million for no matter what.
They won't. No, this isn't. No way.
Okay.
I mean, it would have to do.
The Flash happened.
Yeah, but The Flash, they thought like it had Michael Keaton and whatever, and they were bringing back all these universes. They thought they had something there.
Right. Okay.
And they might have. They didn't.
I think maybe initially they thought they had something, but like towards the release date of that thing, I don't think they thought.
Yeah, no, you're right. Again, they should have called it Batman. Michael Keaton's Batman meets the Flash.
Yeah.
Don't worry which
Who's
one.
barely in it.
Don't worry which one. don't think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the one from the show. You'll have to come in and see.
That's right.
It's not.
No. Grant Gustin denies he's in the Flash.
That's on the poster?
Yeah. I'm in the show. There were more good episodes than there were bad episodes. Leave me alone.
This is by the Wall Street Journal. They're saying this...
Hang on, do I have any more The Rock thoughts?
Oh.
Probably not. No.
Well, thanks for holding us up, though. We're on a tight schedule here. You know that.
We're not. We've got ages.
This is down to the second of this
we've
show.
got tons of time.
This is all planned as well, this.
Yeah, this back and forth banter where I ponder the thought that I had earlier. Now it's gone.
It's gone? You can come back to it.
Okay, something about The Rock, Red One.
Verticals.
No, I don't have it.
It was a strategic win for Amazon. Win. That's just getting started.
That's the thought I had. Apparently, if you look at something on Amazon for 10 seconds, it counts as a view. So, so that would include, if I don't know, I can't remember if Amazon Video has the thing where if you scroll to something, it auto plays after a bit.
I don't know.
That would count, I would imagine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know I haven't looked at a single second of that. So
okay, well, I mean, it still counts.
I did pay for it.
Yeah, so that counts.
I'm too busy watching Beast Games.
Oh yeah, you're watching Beast Games? Is that released for real?
I think it's out. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, some of them are out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw some interview with the Squid Game guy, and he's just like, I'm
Kill
tired.
me.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of Squid Game.
Yeah.
He's like, I only did this is the creator of Squid Game. He's like, the only reason I'm doing it, I'm doing a second season is because I didn't get any money for the first season.
Yeah.
So I've got a better contract this time, and I'll get some money.
They would have made it without me anyway.
Yeah, but now I am tired of Squid Game.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, too
You're
bad.
Mr. Squid Game.
That's right.
I would love a Squid Game Mr. Beast crossover. Another one that's the same.
Terrific. I love that.
Would you like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I wonder if I had another thought about this.
We've had thoughts about Mr. Beast recently about how you have noticed, I think, a trend, and maybe
We keep an eye on him.
we keep an eye. You're saying that his views are dropping. They're still in the hundreds of millions.
Yeah, no,
but
they're doing exceptionally well. But if you look at the comparison between, and look, older videos obviously gain momentum over time and whatever, but there is definitely a drop off in terms of the newer videos. Bearing in mind, these are still the biggest videos like on the internet.
Yeah, right.
But there is a drop here. There is a saturation point where you can only do like, I went on a $1 boat.
There's only 5 things.
Then I went on a $100 million boat. We explored this thing with a bunch of insufferable fucking YouTubers.
He's hit the
1,000 old people battle for a coin.
That's right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Wilderness something.
Yeah, Wilderness something. Yeah, he's hit the in fiction there's only 5 stories or whatever.
Yeah.
There's only 5 Mr. Beast videos when you really break it down.
That's right.
So
And they're all good.
yeah, they're all good.
All right, this is via the Wall Street Journal.
Oh my goodness.
This is concerning Bond
Oh, yes.
and what's going on there. Nothing, it turns out. So just a bit of
But
background.
they've got something MGM, something Amazon, something
Just a bit
vertical,
of- just a bit of
vertical
background.
strategic synergy.
Yep.
Okay, go on.
Nearly 3 years after Amazon acquired the rights to re-release Bond movies through its $6.5 billion.
Did you say re-release Bond movies?
No, sorry, release.
Okay.
I said that wrong. Or I said it right and you misheard.
This is probably a result of you misfiring that beer earlier.
No, I don't think so.
I think this is
I only made one mistaken
it's
episode.
a real domino fall situation. You know?
No.
It's an avalanche
No.
of mistakes.
No. Through its $6.5 billion purchase of the Metro Golden Mayer studio,
Okay.
the relationship between the family that oversees the franchise, that's not a mistake, and the e-commerce.
That's how they say it.
That's right.
Hey, we're a broccoli family. Keep your damn hands off our franchise. I'm Barbara Broccoli.
So the relationship between the family that oversees the franchise and the e-commerce giant has all but collapsed. When it comes to Bond's future, the power lies in the hands of Barbara Broccoli, who inherited the control from her father, Albert Cubby Broccoli, and over 30 years has decided when a new Bond movie can go into production. She has told friends that she doesn't trust algorithm-centric Amazon with a character she helped to mythologize through big screen storytelling and gut instinct. This fall, she categorized the status of the new movie in dire terms. No script, no story, and no new Bond. To friends, Broccoli has characterized her thoughts on Amazon this way.
Well, some friends, if they're telling the bloody Wall Street Journal.
Agreed.
Some friends.
She says, these people are...
Sham friends.
Oh, no, I don't think so. These people are fucking idiots.
Damn.
You know what?
What's that?
She's right.
I agree. Yeah. Because she's come from
I think she does know what she's doing. They don't always hit.
She's come from an era where they wanted to make money on movies, but they also wanted to make movies. Amazon, if they could find a way to monetize this without making any movies, they would do that.
Yep, absolutely they would. Well, speaking of, Amazon's Mike Hopkins was assigned the delicate task of managing the relationship to one of his top entertainment executives.
Broccoli relationship manager?
Yeah. And
Just keep them watered.
Jennifer Solkay, a former NBC Universal executive who has run Amazon Studios since 2018. Broccoli was irked in one of the early meetings when Solkay referred...
Hey, I'm oiked.
when Solkay referred...
I'm oiked with your treatment of my franchise.
referred to the...
I think she's Welsh or something.
Is she?
No, I don't know.
Yuck. No. Anthony Hopkins is Welsh. He's delightful.
Yeah.
Broccoli was irked in one early meeting with Solkay when Solkay referred to James Bond by a dreaded word.
Content?
Yes.
Content, yeah.
Using such a sterile term, one friend reflected, was like a death knell
Sure.
to Broccoli.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They don't see Bond like that. There's a
No.
reason why there's not a fucking MI5 spin-off MI6 spin-off show and like a Moneypenny web series.
And there was never a James Bond Jr. cartoon series.
That
was a dream you had.
Yeah.
That wasn't real.
No, it wasn't real.
That would be shameless.
Yeah, I think they're right to be protective of this because look what Amazon are doing with like Lord of the Rings. And yeah, it's fine, I guess. I didn't finish the last season, but like
okay. But you looked at it for more than 10 seconds.
For more than 10 seconds, which means that I love it. So yeah, and so this is nowhere at the moment. There's nothing going on.
You would think, and again, I'm in favor of this. I think that the broccoli, that they only make a movie when the Broccolis have a firm plan in place. But you'd think Amazon, with all the money and all the lawyers, would have maybe checked the contracts before they signed them.
Yeah,
so they don't have to. So they don't have to get it greenlit by some people they probably don't like.
Yeah, I think they didn't think this through. I think they just thought they could just kind of barge their way into this.
I guess they assumed that
infinite verticals.
Yeah, I guess they assumed that the Broccolis were as much into infinite verticals as they are into.
Yeah, well, apparently it also says in the article that the reason she sold the rights, or some of the reason that happened was because it, or allowed it to, was because it like appeased investors and
right,
and all of that. But they still have the majority stake in it, and again have the ultimate say on what happens. Quite frankly, I would think it would be hilarious if they just never let them do it.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Just saddle this forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that will happen. I mean, the smart play for Amazon would be to put in a new liaison and just say, what do you want to do? And just let them do it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's a few things James Bond that are running. There's like a few comics going, and they're quite good.
They release a novel like once every 5 years with a new writer or something. A couple of those have been pretty good.
Yeah, and there's also an upcoming video game as well.
Yeah, right.
By the people who did the latest Hitman.
That's right.
one.
Yeah.
So there is stuff in the works, but yeah, I also think it's okay to. Like what? I know I say this whenever anything's stalled, but this is at least 3 years away, probably more.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay to
if they don't even have an idea.
No, and it's okay to just pause a franchise for a little bit and just kind of, let's all have a minute, you know?
That's exactly right.
Let's all stop and think.
Yes. I like the Sebastian Faulks novel.
Yeah, what's that called?
Can't remember.
Golden Legs.
That's right. I'll never find it, James.
No, that's okay. What's his name? I can look at it.
Sebastian Faulks, but it's Sebastian Faulks writing as Ian Fleming. It's one of those ones where they go as Ian Fleming.
Oh.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
It's called
Devil May Care.
Devil May Care. That was a good one.
Okay.
And that came out 2008. So I'm very up to date on
God,
these.
you are not across this at all.
No, I'm not across it at all. My goodness.
Also, it says this book is bad and only one person bought it, which I guess is you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's called This is Vintage Bond. In the
I
very
read
real
Trigger
sense.
Mortis. That came out in 2015. Okay.
Trigger Mortis.
Yeah.
I'm Trigger Mortis, but James Bond, and I've got golden legs.
Yeah. Oh, they released an On His Majesty's Secret Service. Oh, okay. There's one called On His Majesty's Secret Service. Came out in 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not based on the
movie, no.
Okay.
And his wife dies again, it says.
Does it? On the cover.
That's right.
And his wife
Spoiler, his wife dies again.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Anyway, Bond, what's he up to? Nothing. What was the casting rumor?
The casting rumor was that it was going to. They were looking at. They were eyeing up Josh O'Connor, who of course was in.
He was Challenges.
He was Challenges.
He was one of the Challenges.
He was one of the Challenges.
In a way, that movie had 3 Challenges.
So true, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the world around them was a Challenges.
It's true.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy got slapped in the dick. That was a real Challenges for them.
That really. Yeah, that would Challenges you.
Yeah, that would Challenges. He was also in La Chimera, but I think
I didn't see that.
Okay, it's good. You should watch it.
Nah,
it's good.
Does anyone get slapped in the dick?
I don't think so. Sort of whimsical.
Okay,
but he is also in the new Knives Out movie with Daniel Craig.
He is too.
So I think they just joined the dots and went, yeah, why not?
I need to watch that full interview. I've seen clips of it. No, I'm getting a YouTube short.
Yeah,
I'm getting one or two.
Having a nice time. Yeah,
they are, aren't they? Star Wars news?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is this what you want?
No,
because we have to do it. So
Mandalorian?
No.
Grogu?
No.
Taika Waititi?
Yes.
Is he back in?
No.
Oh.
So this is by Daniel Richmond. Apparently Taika Waititi's Star Wars...
for real?
Yeah.
Okay, I was guessing.
This is part of the news.
Okay.
Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie is shelved indefinitely.
Okay.
Not surprised. But Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie is in active development.
This news could have come from last year or the year before or the year before that. Thanks, Daniel Rick. Did you drop your notes, Daniel Richtman? Did you drop your big binder of Star Wars news? and in a public place, and then someone helped you put it all back together. Now it's all out of order, and you're like, well, the top one's probably the most recent one. Yeah, top Patty Jenks is back in. You don't know Daniel Richtman.
I don't know if any of these are going to happen.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
It's lies.
They're also making 9 Ray movies that are all adjacent
true,
to each other or something. So, I don't know, man. Again, as I've said before, give it a rest, man. Give it a goddamn minute.
Right.
Give us 10 years of silence.
Oh,
pure silence.
beautiful.
Yeah, after Andor.
Yes.
Then we're good.
And something else? Is there one more thing? Skeleton Crew is
Yeah.
still going.
I mean, that's going to finish, this year
is
or
anyone
early next
talking
year.
about that?
Yeah, people are talking about it.
Okay,
We're
good.
talking about it. You been watching it?
No.
Jude Law?
No.
Jude Law?
Not only those first two.
You been talking about Jude Law?
I haven't been talking about Jude Law.
Okay. You can talk about him. He doesn't mind.
Bet he wouldn't. Oh, my ears. Yeah, just imagine him saying, oh, my ears are burning. Someone talking about me, Jude Law.
I was. It's by THR. Reboot of The Mummy is being rebooted.
Okay, now is this anyone involved with Invisible Man reboot?
This is a good question.
Or the
Well,
Frankenstein reboot?
It is being co-produced through Blumhouse, who I believe worked on those.
Mhm.
But it is the director, Lee Cronin, who oversaw Evil Dead Apartment recently.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which was a good one.
It's a good one.
So apparently,
Yeah.
this will be unlike any money. Colleagues, take that out.
I was going to let you
take
have all
out.
that. That's fine. I wasn't going to say
It's going out. It doesn't matter.
That's great. It's great.
Or take the first mistake out and leave this in.
If you remove the first mistake where you exploded that can, maybe all the other mistakes would magically disappear somehow.
That is possible.
Yeah.
Mm.
Prince of Persia Sands of Time style.
That'd be great.
Anyway, what you're saying is it's the mummy in an apartment.
That's not what it says. It says
Oh.
this will be unlike any mummy movie you've ever laid eyeballs on before.
Whoa.
I'm digging deep in the earth to raise something very ancient and very frightening. Is it Mr. Beast and all his dumb mates in the pyramids? Do you hear about that?
Hey, we're in the pyramids.
Whoa, do you
Whoa.
reckon there's ghosts here? No. That's Mr. Beast. No.
Hey, what if I kicked something off this edge here? I don't know, man. Probably nothing. Whoa, it went so far down.
They're good, aren't they?
They are good. I like
Yeah.
it.
What do you think about them with the Mummy reboot?
Sounds good.
Does it?
Yes,
It does, actually.
I agree.
I think they're going to go scary because that last one was like the Tom Cruise one was a half-assed kind of there was the horror elements to it, but it was also the start of a universe.
they
and it
wanted a
was-
Men in Black,
yeah,
et cetera, et cetera.
and it was shit. This one I think could actually be good. I loved Evil Dead Apartment, or liked it a lot at the very least. This is out April 27th, 2026.
They could do it in apartment.
They
They're
could.
an apartment in Egypt, I
That's true.
assume.
It could be an apartment in a pyramid.
Yes.
And that's all right. So I'm excited for this, I think, maybe. I am.
Yeah,
Good. This Dark Universe doing. They've got Wolfman coming up.
that's right.
Invisible Man was good. Others probably. Maybe a Black Lagoon
Black
movie's
Lagoon,
happening.
man, sure.
Black Lagoon, man. Okay, here we go. This is
With
also.
the current job, with the current real estate market, this is the best I could do. I'm in the Black Lagoon.
Yeah,
No?
I mean, I think it'd be good real estate because it's famous, right?
That's probably true.
Because the guy lives there.
Yeah.
With the man.
Yeah.
The fisherman. THR.
Lagoon rent money's dead money, though. You know what I mean?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta get a mortgage. Get a
THR,
Lagoon.
THR says, Mason,
Go on.
that Jared Leto has been cast as Skeletor in the Masters of the Universe live-action reboot.
Yuck.
Man stuff. Yeah? Why is that?
I don't like him.
I don't like him
I
either.
don't like his vibe or his crimes.
No.
And you can take that to the bank.
If you
and
could-
get yourself a mortgage in the Black Lagoon.
If you could remove either.
or in Eternia.
If you
or in where She-Ra is from. It's a different world.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
she does. Different dimensional, whatever.
something, yeah.
If you could remove either his vibes or his crimes, what would you remove?
His crimes.
But then he'd get away with it.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. You've trapped
Yeah.
me there.
Yeah.
But I think if you got rid of the crimes that he did and he didn't do any crimes,
Yeah.
that would be better for
Sands-
the people he did the crimes
That's a good
to.
point. Sands of Time style. is what
Yeah,
you're
Sands
saying.
of Time style, yeah. Give me that haunted Guinness if you got that.
You can't have that, Mason.
Wow, I can erase his crimes with it.
You won't do it.
No, I won't. It seems complicated.
So,
If I did that, bloody butterfly effect,
yeah,
probably that other guy would get away with all those crimes.
exactly.
You know that guy?
No.
The 70 Show guy, Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, yeah.
He'd get away with all his
He's
crimes.
doing stuff.
He's probably doing
Isn't he
stuff.
fleeing to Europe currently?
Everybody around him has done a bunch of crimes.
Yeah.
Very suspicious.
I agree.
Except Topher, who seems all
Who
right.
stepped away
He did,
very
yeah.
early on.
He's like, I don't want to be involved in any of all your crimes.
Yeah. And people just thought he wasn't chill. But really, he didn't want to do crimes.
That's correct, yes.
It would seem.
Yeah.
Unless he did, in which case
We never liked
we
it.
never liked him.
Yeah.
So do you remember the casting of this?
I've already forgotten what we're talking about.
He-Man.
Oh, yes.
So Nicholas Galitzine is He-Man. I'm not really familiar with.
Does he look a lot like He-Man?
Yeah, looking enough like him. Camila Mendes is Teela.
Okay, sure.
Idris Elba is Man-at-Arms.
Oh, nice.
Love that. Alison Brie.
Another bad movie a talented actor can be in.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
He's done so many Dark Tower movies, or at least he signed on to so many.
That's right. I mean, if there's any indicator that this is probably not going to be a good movie, it's the talented actor Idris Elba has signed up for it.
It's true.
You know, he's good in Luther.
Yeah, he is. Alison Brie is Evil Lynn.
Okay, sure.
Like that. Sam C. Wilson is Trapjaw. Hathor Bjornsson is Triclops. He's the mountain.
Yes.
Triclops. This is also, and this is what I like about this movie that I'd like to think would do well, but it's He-Man. And
who knows?
Who the fuck knows? It's directed by Travis Knight, who did Kubo and the Two Strings and the Bumblebee.
Oh, okay. All right.
I like him. I think this could be good.
Bumblebee was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it didn't make a super amount of money, but it did make more money than the next two. So make of that what you will.
It's got to write a fine line here because it has to be a certain level of camp because otherwise people who saw the original will be like, oh, it's not wacky enough or whatever.
Yeah.
But it has to be cool.
You just got to put all the vehicles in. That's camp enough, man.
That's right, yeah.
Weird wheels and shit.
Yeah.
Like big flying machines, but there's no back to them. You're just hanging on to the front or whatever.
That's right, yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
Absolute insanity.
Aren't your arms going to get tired? Wouldn't you rather a bucket seat?
Yeah. Yes, I would actually.
Or just a bucket you could sit in?
Just a bucket you could sit in. Yeah. I mean, this could be interesting. I also think this could be Dungeons and Dragons, where it's good and interesting and fun world, and then nobody sees it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. And also Jared Leto's Skeletor, so that fucking sucks.
Yeah, but we won't see his face mostly.
No, he'd be a Skeletor. Yeah. There'll probably be a bit where you have to see his face, or it's a flashback, and he goes, "This is how I became a Skeletor."
That's right.
I want to know how does his head connect to his neck? Like, where does the flesh stop and the head begin? Is he like human fleshy neck?
It's a great question. I'm going to look up.
Sometimes it's like a floating head. It's like a floating skull.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at Skeletor right now.
I didn't mind
because he's got a sort of a neck brace situation.
I didn't mind the
I reckon stump, and then it's floating.
Yeah, I agree.
I think.
I didn't mind the Kevin Smith reboot thing. I
yeah.
quite enjoyed that for what it was.
Yeah. Also, it's Skellingtor.
Skellingtor. Skellingtor.
Thank you.
Yeah, when he came back for the second season, William Shatner played like the human version of him.
Oh.
That's fun.
That is fun.
Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you got any Skeletor neck updates?
No, I think personally.
Oh, you think?
My personal thought is...
No one's after your thoughts. They want facts.
Oh, then the fact is it's a floating skull.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, it's good to get facts. It's good to get a facts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could reach out to somebody who, did the concept designs for the original cartoon.
Yeah.
But they'd probably be like, honestly, I never thought about this.
And you shouldn't either.
Yeah.
How did you get this fax number?
Yeah, that's right. I just faxed every remaining fax number. There's 6.
Huge trailer this week. So trailers ahoy for Superman Legacy.
Just Superman.
That's right, because they did drop the Legacy because James Gunn talked about how it implies like looking back, whereas this is a reboot and a fresh look in a way.
But as we have previously discussed, the Legacy part does make sense because a lot of the heroes are legacy heroes.
That is true.
It's not the original Green Lantern. It's not the original, there's Hawk Woman or Hawk Girl is in the shadow of Hawk Man.
Yep.
And Mr. Terrific is the second Mr. Terrific.
Yep.
And the Engineer is the second Engineer. And who else?
Metamorpho?
He's a new guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's not a good example.
No, it's good. But also because this Superman, David Corenswet, is in the shadow of the other Superman.
That's right. Yeah, but he's bigger.
He's big.
He's the biggest Superman yet, apparently.
He's got big pants.
Yeah, he's got huge pants.
Yeah, huge pants.
Speaking of big, this is the biggest DC trailer of all time.
There you go.
Very positive reception. I really enjoyed this trailer.
Me too.
That being said, I have enjoyed every Superman trailer that's ever come out.
Right, okay.
I think they're all really good.
Yeah.
And this one is up there. It's also different than all the other ones.
Yeah, now we have discussed this off air, believe it or not.
That's right.
But some things I think that I think were wise decisions. Number one, we see Superman beaten and bloody.
Because people are like, he's boring and he's invincible.
Exactly. You immediately show people that he's not. I thought that was cool. We see Crypto the Superdog and he's being a good boy.
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
people are going to respond to that.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, I think the idea of that dog as well. It's a CGI dog, it seems, for the most part. It's based on James Gunn's dog that he rescued.
That's right, yes.
And apparently a lot of the footage of that and what the dog is doing is just taken from his iPhone, and they just like translated it into this dog.
Yeah.
This is from James Gunn. He says, at the beginning of the trailer, Superman wants Krypto to take him home. So yeah, he calls Krypto and Krypto shows up and like drags him off. And he said, I think that this is a place where we can all go home to a character that we love, to the simplicity of morals and goodness and love that Superman embodies as a character, and then we can all go home this summer to Superman. I think it's something that can be good for us. He's talking about how he's trying to make this a movie that unifies people.
Nice.
Like a sense of, it's going to bridge all political spectrums.
Oh, nice.
And unite
because James Gunn sees both sides.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
That's great.
Because that's what I do.
Okay, so here's a few notes. Nathan Fillion, of course, is Guy Gardner. I think they've overcooked the hair.
I mean, it is what he looks like.
It is mostly what he looks like. Although
I think you're just confused because you love the Rookie, and now you're seeing him as a slightly different character.
Maybe that's
so you went,
correct,
what's the Rookie doing here with a haircut?
Yeah. But I mean, he did have that exact haircut when initially as the Rookie. You know what I mean?
That is true.
When they hazed him, they gave him that haircut. But I also think probably by the end of the movie, he's going to have a new costume and he's going to tweak the haircut
because he doesn't look green.
Because he doesn't look green. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. In the movie, he's in the scene we see him when he seems to be firing up a barrier around the building in Superman area.
Yeah, do you think it's just to stop people from looking in?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a couple of shots of Isabella Merced flying in as Hawkgirl. She's got the mace out. That's cool.
That is cool.
We get Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, and there's a moment where he's using his T-spheres to generate a force field.
Yeah, man, because he's a bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a regular bloke.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult, of course, is Lex Luthor.
He looks great.
He looks great. We get a good shot of the Luthor Corp building, which I really like because it's sort of this trailer I think was pretty good at showing us like the identity of Metropolis.
Yes.
And how it's kind of big and utopian and kind of the Luthor Corp building. It's two buildings together and it's got this kind of central hub joining them together and it's got the big logo. But Luthor he's going nuts. He's loading a gun. He's crying at one point.
He's crying.
You know he's a true hater because it's brought him to tears. He hates Superman so much.
Well, apparently at the start of this, even though Superman's been around for a bit, they've never met.
Right.
But he's obviously aware of him and is already plotting against him. But Lois and Superman are familiar. It seems as if, and I'm guessing that she already knows that he's Superman.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene early. You see them
in the Daily Planet.
You see them in the Daily Planet, and she sort of gives him a look, and then you see there's a scene later where they're kissing.
Yeah.
And I think they are already a couple.
Yeah.
But they have to pretend they're not in the Daily Planet.
Yeah, okay.
Because they wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, okay.
So if I had to guess. Now, here's one. I wouldn't bet money on it, but here's hoping. We see, of course, Superman fighting a giant kaiju.
Yeah.
And he's looking kind of turtley.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, because we see Skylar Gisondo in the teaser for the teaser as Jimmy Olsen, but he's not in this.
No, he is briefly. Yeah, you can see him for a second.
Well, I'm hoping, as is, if any director was going to do this, it would be James Gunn.
Yes.
To be like, have Jimmy Olsen eat a weird fruit or drop a sacred idol and get cursed and get turned into a giant monster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I think this might be the inciting incident of the movie.
I think so too. I think it'd be a fun start, like Superman defeats a big monster.
And I also think so. We've talked about, I think briefly, there's an action comic storyline. It's 2 issues called "What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way," which is where Superman comes up against the Elite, who are a team of like very high-powered superheroes who don't care about collateral damage and blah, blah, blah. And he has to show them there's a better way kind of thing by beating them up.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's similar, like because the first time you see them, he is flying over to a city to stop a giant monster, but then it turns out when he gets there, they've already killed it.
Right.
So I'm wondering if this is... And there's also a scene in this trailer where people hate Superman and they're throwing stuff at him.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's because he doesn't want to kill this monster. But all the Lord Tech team do.
Yeah.
And he comes to blows with them. And then all the people are like, there's so much collateral damage. We're so mad at you, Superman, kind of thing. But he doesn't want to kill this thing either because it's, a sentient being or because it's Jimmy Olsen.
Sure.
So
I would like it to be Jimmy Olsen. I probably don't think it is. I would say.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
Okay, now, who do you think the guy in the black suit is?
That he fights?
Yeah.
I think it's some kind of like Lex Luthor creation.
Could be.
Monster Man.
Or
a clone of Superman
because
or something like that.
It's a guy completely covered head to toe, full mask, which suggests there's going to be a reveal.
Exactly, yeah.
He has what looks like a U on his chest, which would suggest he's Ultraman, who's the evil version of Superman from another dimension
or something.
Well, it could be a Bizarro. It could be Parasite.
Oh yeah,
because there's again in this trailer, there's a moment where we see because Superman's being brought in. He's being arrested or something like that.
Yeah.
And we see there's a moment he's in a kind of a glass enclosure and there's other superheroes next to him. I think we see Metamorpho next to him. Maybe Lex Luthor has built a parasite to collect all the superheroes' powers so he can sell it to the government or something like that.
Or make his own whatever.
Yeah. So I think it might be...
I mean, Metamorpho might be part of that.
Yeah,
he
could be.
He can change his...
Yeah, no, that's true.
Structure or whatever.
Yeah, he might be a key ingredient. That's true. Yeah, but because obviously the Snyderverse used General Zod and turned him into Doomsday, so I don't think it's that.
No, it's too early for Doomsday.
Superman and Lois recently used a Bizarro, so are they going to do that again?
That's a good point, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but I suspect probably a Parasite guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
We see what might be a Fortress of Solitude robot.
Yeah, I think that's what probably Alan Tudyk. If I had to guess,
could be Alan Tudyk. Yeah,
it seems as if I'd imagine because he's the last he's a relic, the robot of Krypton, and he would be upset if somebody came in and smashed it. There's another trailer that plays before Sonic 3 where you see Lex Luthor. It looks like going into the Fortress of Solitude, which he loves to do.
He does love to do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's interesting. James Gunn was talking about also how neither of them are the real person, but it's if you know Clark Kent and Superman and that's who you know, then you know him fully. That's not like Clark's the real guy or Superman is the real guy. It's a blend.
There's a giant eyeball in space that's shooting lasers. I don't know what the deal with that is. Could be Solaris, could be somebody else.
Yeah.
What else we got here, James? There's a lot to talk about in this, I think.
Yeah, well,
Baravia is there's a nation.
Yeah, the kid calling
Baravia. Also, somebody's reading a newspaper, and I'll see if I can find it. A cop is reading a newspaper that talks about the hammer of Baravia. I think it's Gorilla Grodd.
My God!
I don't know if he's going to be.
I
don't think he's going to be in it.
Gorilla Grodd.
I don't think he's going to be in it necessarily, but I think that's probably just a little Easter egg for us.
I don't know. James Gunn's the kind of person who would put a giant talking telepathic gorilla in.
Also, he's in Creature Commandos.
There you go.
Or he's in a flash forward. Yeah.
Maybe it is Gorilla Grodd.
I think these are LexCorp troops because they're in green and purple.
As such, yeah.
What else?
Apparently the flying was shot with drones and stuff.
Ooh,
he said that doing action in the sky is difficult, but they're taking inspiration from Top Gun Maverick, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I think nothing I really like, and it might just be for the trailer, but I really like the score. So it's John Murphy who did the Sunshine score, actually.
Oh, I see. I see how it is.
But it's obviously shades of...
Still got to be the number one Sunshine fan. You've got to acquire your
I
points.
am and I will be.
That's great.
John Williams, it's John Williams' score partially. It also sounds like there's some Hans Zimmer kind of influences in there. Yeah. And also...
Maybe this guy just feeds a bunch of stuff into AI and gets what he wants.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. Cool too, yeah.
Also, the guitar is very Top Gun theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, apparently, he said this whole thing is influenced by Richard Donner, the excellent stuff Zack Snyder did, and specifically All-Star Superman. All-Star Superman has Parasite in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, for at least one.
When he goes into the prison or something?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. A lot of stuff in that.
A lot of stuff.
I mean, that's sort of 12 very different kind of.
Yeah.
One other note. So in the various Superman continuities, sometimes both his parents are dead. Sometimes one is alive and one's not. Sometimes they're both around.
Yeah.
In the Snyderverse, Pa Kent has died, but Mark Kent is still around.
Yeah. We only see Pa Kent in this.
Yeah, we only see Pa Kent in this. So, of course, in Christopher Reeve's Superman, Pa Kent passes away because of a heart attack.
Yeah.
To prove that Superman can't save everybody. And in the Snyderverse, Pa Kent dies because a hurricane puts a telephone pole through his head.
Yeah.
Because he does that on purpose.
He does, doesn't
but
he?
in this, so maybe Mark Kent has passed away.
Yeah, maybe. I think she has been cast.
Okay.
Yeah, Neva Howell.
Yeah. But that scene looks like
it looks like something sad.
It's a scene of grief.
Yeah,
is what's going on there. I don't know. I prefer it when they're both alive.
Me too.
But,
And also when they're both alive, you can kill them a few movies down the line.
So true.
And then you're like, I love these guys.
Yeah,
oh no, one died. Yeah.
Aunt May's still alive. You can just have a guy come from another universe and crack her head open or whatever.
You know what is interesting in this?
Yes.
They put the...
Are you saying none of that was interesting?
No, yeah, let's do a real thing.
Okay.
The trunks are here.
Yes, to stay.
And apparently the reason they put it in, because they tried all different versions, and it was David Corenswet who plays Superman, was like, well, he's an alien, he's got all these incredible powers. And that is like considered scary, but if he kind of dresses like a professional wrestler,
yeah,
then
like
people
a
are
dummy.
like, oh, this is like a fun guy and not
okay.
a terrifying man who can push over a skyscraper.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting choice. Also, I think, the moment where he gets hit with the can in the back of the head, I think like the implication there is that people still know that he's nice. Because I'd imagine a lot of the superheroes you couldn't do that to.
Couldn't do that to Homelander, for example.
That's right. Yeah,
he would lazy you.
Yeah, so I think that's interesting that that even though if you're angry at him, you know that he's probably not going to kill you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And also, of course, we get this, I think, already iconic bit where Superman runs in and
I
saves
love
the little
that.
girl. It's a good look.
So that's... have you seen the on-set stuff? That's practical. Not the explosion is practical, and there's like a green body in there which they remove, and then have him slide in. Like that was also from one location. And then
yeah,
it looks really good.
I think so too.
Yeah,
pretty cool all
Pretty
around.
cool, man,
Anything else we missed here? Probably.
Do you reckon Crypto's taking him to the Fortress of Solitude?
I think
I would
so.
say yes. I think James can't even confirm. Have you seen the design?
Or he just takes him on a walk, like his regular walk, and he's like, Crypto, no, not to the park, Crypto. I'm bleeding.
Have you seen the Fortress of Solitude look? Because it's on a poster.
Is it sort of grey stone?
No, it's like it's like a abstract kind of.
Ooh,
show you, hang on.
I haven't seen it, James.
Yeah, it's in this poster, like a wave.
Oh yeah, it looks like maybe an angel wing or something like that. Yeah. That's what I'm getting on that. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, what can we divine from this? I don't know. I think it's going to be elements from, like you said, All-Star Superman, a little bit of What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Well, none of that. And
dog
it's a big
stuff.
Yeah.
Dog stuff?
Some dog stuff, almost certainly, yeah.
Yeah. Also, you know what? It's just time for something nice.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Don't you think it would be nice to have a movie about a nice man?
I think that would be nice.
Who does nice things? I think that's, because we've had every... like this past 20 years at least, we've had every version of like, what if Superman was this, and what if Superman was real, and what does that mean for whatever? And I'm sure there are elements of that.
What if he was fake and nice? This is what we're
what if he was fake and nice and he just showed up,
Nice.
when you needed him to show up. Yeah.
Apparently you see briefly the engineer in this. I didn't see her.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Was that the wide shot of the LexCorp? Because there was a tiny person.
Yeah, people are walking across the building. Yeah, that's apparently her. But I couldn't. I simply couldn't zoom in enough, James.
The rumoured budget for this was $363 million. I
don't think that's true.
No, well, James Gunn came out and said he wishes it was that much.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Because then we could have all taken $1 million and gone home.
Love $1 million. Yeah.
Man, this is looking real good.
It says he fights the engineer at some point up in the air.
Well, so good luck to her.
Yeah.
He's got heat vision, all sorts of stuff.
Got all sorts of stuff going on, yeah. Also, again, this made a really big splash.
Yeah,
people are talking about it.
The normies are talking.
Normie people are talking about it, which is a big deal. Yeah. It doesn't guarantee that it's a hit. I mean...
No. I mean, maybe everybody watched it and went, this sucks. I hate cute little scruffy dogs.
No, I think the likes ratio is like quite high. So, I mean, if they keep up this like marketing campaign and they just make people aware of it and it's not an oversaturation, I mean... I don't know if it's going to be $1 billion movie, but if it's good, I would say it'll hit at least 700-800 million.
I mean, maybe this is like Top Gun. Maybe people have been waiting several decades for another Chris Reeves-esque Superman movie.
I think
that isn't made by a sex criminal.
There is also
because there was one that was sort of Christopher Reeves-esque,
but it was made by a sex criminal. Yeah, I remember that, and it wasn't great.
No, it was bad. Also,
had some
it was
good
boring.
stuff in it, but
boring.
I think, and Superman and Lois was good, and. I don't know. I mean, I know, like, you'll see people, like, in the Snyder Reddit or whatever.
Haters.
I mean, not all of them, but, like, I think there is a reluctance from, like, some people. But I think most people seeing this would go, oh, I haven't seen a Superman movie in a while. Mm-hmm. They're not aware of that he showed up in Black Adam and all the behind-the-scenes drama. And they vaguely remember Batman v Superman. And maybe they saw Man of Steel in 2013. Like, most normal people aren't, like... We just had a Superman, I'd imagine. I think people don't know.
That's true.
And I think this is...
Yeah.
This feels
also very
fresh.
wise. They put in, from the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Mm-hmm. And again, it's that from what we can, from based on box office, there are people who just have watched those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of the general Marvel movies box office dipped.
Yeah.
But when Guardians 3 came out, a lot of people came back to that. So I think there's just people who are in favor of more of that. And this gives you Guardians vibes. It's colorful. It's got a lot of interesting elements to it.
Weird characters and
Weird
such.
characters, yeah.
Absolutely. I am very excited for
Would
this.
you say you're hyped?
Yeah. I showed my son, or both my kids, but I probably won't take my daughter because she's a bit young. But they loved it.
Great.
And just the idea that
So you're showing it to your daughter and you're saying you're too young though.
Yeah, basically. I mean, if I see it and I think it's fine, I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, my son lost his mind when the dog showed up, and he called it before, as he saw the the dog running in, and you can't really tell what it is. He was like, "That's crypto" or whatever. He loved it. So I think that, and again, it's only my kid, who's exactly like me,
right? Yes, exactly.
But I think this will resonate with kids as well. I suspect,
and I think and we've talked about it again, Top Gun, how the sequel brought in a lot of dads. I imagine those dads brought their kids.
Totally.
Probably dads brought sons who brought their sons.
Yep.
All men. It was all men.
It was all men.
But I think probably a lot of people who liked Superman when they were kids are going to bring their kids. So maybe that's the key to this.
I also like that.
Or it's going to be a huge flop.
Yeah, I don't know. It could
now
be.
we isolate those. We have them ready.
Yep.
And however this does, we put it out there and we said we called it.
We knew.
Yeah.
We knew and we're glad.
That's right.
I think it's also smart that he's not a known actor. Not that Henry Cavill wasn't, Brandon Routh wasn't, Christopher Reeve wasn't. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think, they've named actors in this role, I think, is not a good play because then
we don't know that because we've never had a George Clooney or a Brad Pitt Superman, have we?
Well, we've had a George Clooney Batman, but yeah. But no, I think it's I think also you can kind of get lost in the character more.
True.
If it's
it
feels like somebody you don't know.
I've just remembered. Where's Rooker? Where's Michael Rooker?
Voice of Robot?
Might be Voice of Robot.
Yeah.
Hey, Superman.
I'm Voice of. He would be a good Park Kent, actually.
I'm dying, Superman. Superman, I'm dying. Save me, Superman.
Do you think he would have been a good Park Kent? I mean, that would have been
maybe.
similar to the Yondu thing in
Yeah,
Guardians.
I guess
That's why you wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he'd give him a weird comic book character role.
Yeah.
Because he likes doing that to him.
Maybe he's in the Ultraman suit.
Maybe he is in the Ultraman suit. Anyway, July.
Hey, I'm Ultraman.
Get me out of this Ultraman suit.
Yep.
July 11th. But also, this comes out around Fantastic Four, and I think there's a Jurassic World movie, so it could get knocked back a bit because of that.
Yep.
We'll have to see, though.
We'll have to see, though.
And if it does get knocked back, we called it. But if it doesn't, we also called that.
That's right, yeah. On schedule and coming in hot.
You know it. Should we move it along?
Let's move it along.
All right. Mufasa, a Lion King story is out, everybody. Were we gonna do Sonic 3? Maybe.
It's not out here for a while yet?
We had there were some previews and whatever.
well.
But the important thing is I wanted to know what the deal is with this. I want to
Okay.
know if it was an interesting thing to talk about, and it kind of is.
Well, then the only way to do it's an experience, good, James. The only way we can talk about it is if we've seen it.
Thank you so much.
We've seen it.
We did see it.
Mufasa Lion King Origins.
It has a budget of $250 million, but its return in its opening weekend appears to be $125 million in the international box office. The projections were for $180 million. This is a bad year for lion movies, Mason.
What's the
First
other lion
Craven and
movie?
now this.
Oh, no, I'd forgotten about that.
That's right. Now, this could have legs and kind of
Pause.
become, thank you, a moderate
feet.
lion claws.
Yes.
And have and kind of limp on, as it were.
Oh, yes,
and
like a
become
wounded
summer
lion.
/winter/holiday hit. But it's also going up against Sonic 3, which is doing very well.
Doing very well in the previews, apparently.
Yeah, Wicked Part 1 and Moana 2. So, yeah.
No, Disney shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could break even.
Okay, terrific.
And maybe a bit beyond, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think people maybe don't like this kind of thing. And they probably think back to the last Lion King remake and went, I don't like that.
Oh.
Which I also didn't like.
Wow.
What do you think the story was?
Oh, all right. So, do you remember The Lion King?
Yep.
Well, The Lion King from the last movie and also the movie before that,
Yeah.
the animated one.
Yeah.
Well, Simba, he's the Lion King now, and he's got a kid,
Yep.
and the kid's like,
Tell me a story.
Tell me, yeah.
Tell me the Lion King.
Well, no, and then the Lion King's like, I can't be bothered. I've got to go and do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave, but I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Rafiki and also those two idiots.
Two lunatics.
Two dirty lunatics. Just too disgusting. Oh, they're so disgusting on screen.
Two turds.
Yuck. Yuck. Two turds rolled in mud and dirt. and sticks and so forth.
So that's the framing device.
Framing device. He's like,
I did like their retelling of the Lion King, how they defeated Scar. I liked that. I thought that was quite fun.
But anyway, those three grubs.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we're going to tell you the story about your granddad, Mufasa the Lion King.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, nothing bad can happen to him because he was alive long enough to be in the first Lion King.
Yeah. And there's a lot of parallels to when that happened.
So true.
In his story before it happened. So it's the story of Mufasa's rise from a nobody to a Lion King.
That's right.
And maybe he's reluctant. I will say,
but maybe he's just naturally the best at everything.
Maybe he just knows everything and he's the best and everybody loves him.
Maybe in a way he steals, royalty from another lion, but it's that lion's fault for being a weakling in a lot of ways.
And
just uncharismatic.
A real bag
of
piss.
Real incel of a lion,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Look.
Yes.
I didn't mind it.
Okay.
I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was much better than the 2019 reboot. I think at the end it does that prequel thing of like, this is how all the things happened. It's got some funny kind of stuff happening, and
I don't know if anything was funny in it.
That one thing that I mentioned.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah. Were Timon and Pumbaa, were they aware that they were in a piece of fiction in the previous movie?
Maybe.
Because they seem to be aware of it in this.
Yeah. With all their references.
With all the references and so forth. I feel like the animation is much more in sync with the voice acting in this
Expression.
one. I don't really remember the previous one
beyond
the fact that I felt like they were all just blank slates, and it just felt like, watching a nature documentary.
Looking at an actual lion.
And going, okay, they've just put some voices over the top of some, lions
It's like
at
watching
rest.
Meerkat Manor.
Yeah, exactly. But this you actually can kind of get a sense that these animals are talking.
Yes, absolutely. I think it is cast well. Like Aaron Pierre is...
He's in Rebel Ridge.
He is.
And he's in Lanterns.
He's going to be Lanterns.
It's going to be Lanterns.
It's going to be John Lanterns. I thought he was good, and whoever the guy played Scar. Not Scar.
Kelvin Harrison Jr. is his name.
There's some recasts, like they recast the bird from John Oliver, and I think he did a good job. He had some little funny moments, which I quite liked, and
that's
maybe the Mandrill was recast. I can't
Preston
remember.
Nyman Azazu. I don't recognize him for anything.
No,
he doesn't
neither.
have a clickable link on Wikipedia, so I don't know what.
Whoa, he's a ghost.
Yeah, he's a ghost. I don't know what that guy's deal is.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think also, and you don't really need to do this, but it does explain the laws of Pride Rock and why these particular lions in this community is the way it is. Because that's not how lions interact.
Right.
And it explains because Mufasa was raised by female lions and learned to hunt and kind of learned about nature and different smells mostly.
Sure.
But not how to swim. That was kind of that explains why he has this respect for the circle of life and why his kingdom is built the way it is.
Yeah.
And not entirely necessary, but I thought that was an interesting approach.
Yeah.
To kind of bridge that kind of gap, I guess. Yeah. And I think the relationship between Scar, it's not Scar, it is Scar. Taka and Mufasa is interesting. I mean, it is.
If we can just sort of dive a little bit into the
deeply,
plot.
Okay.
No, just a little bit in the plot. So Mufasa is the child of two lions, and they're going through the scrublands, and they don't have anything, and they're just sort of wandering. But they think one day they'll make it to a place called Malele, which is like paradise.
Yep.
Yeah, but then a big flood comes, and Mufasa gets swept away in the flood, and then he comes up to a new land that he's not familiar with, and he meets Taka as part of another pride of lions, and they sort of adopt him.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately for Taka, Mufasa is better at everything than him. So even though they start out as
his dad sucks.
We're going to be fun brothers.
Yeah.
But turns out, that doesn't last forever if the brother you adopted is better than you in every way.
That's right.
And he's got a better color scheme, I think.
More
vibrant color.
And you kept being like, I saved you that one time.
Yeah, but what have you done lately? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, I got told immediately that you saved me from the crocodiles, but they were like, they sucked as crocodiles, so I probably could have fought them off, honestly. You really
also, it was his mother that dragged him out. So, there is
you didn't
that
really do
element
anything,
of it.
yeah. That's true.
Also, there's a pride of evil white lions.
That's right.
And Mads Mikkelsen is there.
That's right.
And he says, I'll sing a song for you.
That's right. He was pretty good.
I liked
I
him.
liked his fun. His Seems to have a fun time. Well, he's a song and dance man from way back. Mads Mikkelsen. He can do a dance. He can do a song. Why not?
Yeah. Well, speaking of songs, this is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay.
I think if you compare this to like Moana 2, which had bad songs, this is not the Lion King, which every song is iconic and whatever. Yeah. But I think it's all right. Yeah. I would say. Yeah. I wasn't like, fuck, these drag.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. There was a song about being brothers. There was a song about Bye Bye.
Yep.
Mads Mikkelsen's famous song Bye Bye.
This song about being doing kisses.
Oh, yeah.
With each other. Nice. But maybe you shouldn't do kisses.
Oh, what?
Because someone else likes your girlfriend or whatever.
Sure, right. Yeah.
But you know what? That's okay.
How many songs were there? 5?
5 maybe?
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah. And there's like, they weave in and out the original orchestral score.
By about the 5th one, I think I was like, it is a little weird that this is kind of a Shakespearean style kind of fable, but they're lines, but they also sing.
Yep.
Like you could have taken one of those things out.
Which one? The lions?
Probably the singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the singing.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't mind it, Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it's animated, you're like, okay, everybody's going to do a song and dance. But when they're like photorealistic, it's like songs are a little weird. Actually,
they're kind of walking around and it's a bit strange. Yeah. There's also a moment where the white lion comes in and he kills a pride of lions, which is like, this is a spoiler, I guess.
But it's a kids movie. Come on,
it's a kids movie. Who cares?
There are no surprises.
No, where he kills Scar's family and pride, and they're telling that story.
Yeah,
like Scar's father. And
There are some moments.
See it.
No, there are some moments where various lions are killed, leading to some revenge required and etc. But you never see any of it. There's a moment where Mads Mikkelsen's like, "You killed my son," and I'm like,
"You sort of." He kind of threw him, I think.
Yeah.
I think he just hit his head on a rock. I don't know.
That's right.
But
I think he just went to live on a farm.
Yeah.
Went to live in Malay.
So Rafiki is telling the story of this particular Lion King. And there's a moment where you see like Scar's family being confronted by Mads Mikkelsen, and my son turns to me and he goes, "How does he know what happened here? He wasn't even here." Wasn't even here. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's in the tree. But he wasn't. No. And also...
maybe Mufasa.
Yeah, but nobody was there.
Well,
nobody lived through that.
Was Taka not even there?
No, they all ran off. I mean, I guess Mads Mikkelsen turned up and did say, "I killed your family."
That's true.
But what he made up? They made up the song. What they went and he sung a song, or whatever.
How do you even know that he killed your family by eating them? Maybe he had an Uzi.
Yeah, maybe he did have an Uzi. Do you think he had an Uzi?
No, I think he couldn't operate that because he's a lion.
Yeah, that's probably true.
He could probably operate like one of those World War I biplane machine guns because it probably just has like a pedal on the top and he's
That would have been much more fun.
I think it would have been.
When do you think the Lion King is set?
Look at the horizon. He's coming out of the clouds. Mads Mikkelsen as a lion in a biplane.
When's the Lion King set?
1985.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's a Timon and Pumbaa TV series, and I'm pretty sure at one point they go into a kitchen.
Oh. Okay.
So, I don't know.
Right.
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff here. Wow. But there's other people who think various things. There's various theories. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Great.
Yeah.
Also, I think none of the Timon and Pumbaa stuff is canonical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Now, this is an original. This is entirely original. This isn't based on a direct-to-video Lion
as far
King
as I know.
sequel or something like that.
Some of the lore carries over. Okay, I think Scar's name has always been that.
Yes.
I don't know, but I think they do change some stuff that's from that. I think I liked the... You know what I did like about Mufasa, even though he was good at everything for no reason? Not no reason, they kind of explain it. He wasn't like a Han Solo arrogant guy who learns a lesson.
It's true.
Like he wasn't just like, I'm cool and I'm brash and someone needs to tell me how to be, not so much. Like he's just kind of like, I don't know.
So you like that he was really good at everything but also humble about it?
Yes.
I think that's cool, yeah.
I did like that actually. Yeah,
that's great.
I mean, he did do a rousing speech to make everybody kill those lions, and that was cool. Should we do spoilers, even though they already are?
Let's do spoilers. Look, best movie ever to show.
You could do worse.
You could certainly do worse.
To take your kids to something like this.
You could probably do better. Maybe Sonic 3 is better.
Maybe Sonic 3 is probably more fun. There's more lasers.
There's lasers and there's 2 Jim Carreys. How many Jim Carreys were in this? 0, as far as I know.
We don't know.
Donald Glover was in it for a minute.
We don't know. Do you want to know where Rafiki gets his stick from? You can find out.
That's right.
From a tree.
If your kids have been they've been like dad, or mum. Where'd Rafiki get?
Where did he get his stick from?
It's never explained in the original The Lion King, the computer animated movie. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah,
which you took me to for some reason. You didn't show me the original one.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Yeah,
where'd the stick come from?
Where did it come from?
Well, if you just want to spoil it for your kids, he just finds it.
Yeah.
It's on the ground. He holds it up. Somebody in the theater when
broke
I
it
saw
off a tree, didn't
somebody in the theater when that happened. Somebody went, "Oh, it's the stick."
No.
Like legitimately, they went.
Yeah?
That's how. They
Were you
remembered the
surprised
stick.
by your own reaction to that?
Yes, I was. I didn't think I'd be so emotionally invested in how he found the stick.
Well, how about this? At the end of my screening, everybody clapped.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody clapped when I saw. What was the last kids movie we watched for this?
God, good question.
Moana 2.
Okay.
Everybody clapped at the end of Moana 2.
It's not Moana.
I know.
I'm going to say best movie ever.
Yeah.
With the caveat that you could do worse.
It's
if you need to kill an afternoon,
That's right.
you'll be all right.
Yes,
You'll be all right with this.
Put that on the poster.
Maybe.
There it is.
Yeah.
If Sonic 3 isn't out where you are.
Yes. Also, bearing in mind, I hated that 2019 one. So me saying this, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Me saying it's watchable. This was also,
We may have said best movie ever for the last one.
I don't think so.
But I mean, it's not a real rating.
I mean, Jon Favreau directed that, who did Iron Man, among other great things. And
That's right.
So this is Barry Jenkins.
He did Moonlight.
He did Moonlight.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about that is he was asked.
He's openly been saying, I didn't like making this.
No,
I
like real people.
I had no control over this and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Like, he's not been not being positive about this.
No, fair enough. It does feel rushed, let's do spoilers, towards the end because when they get to Pride Rock, all the animals there are like, yeah, Mufasa's here. And he's like, that's right, I'm here. How do you know my name? And they're like, because we heard that you were coming and you brought lions and they're all going to kill us.
And we don't like that. And he's like, well, what if we all teamed up?
To help
me.
me.
And they're like, we never thought about that. Let's do it, actually.
Let's kill some
There
lions.
are a lot of us and we're all really quite big.
Yeah.
And there's only like 8 lions.
That's right.
So let's just stomp
Let's
all
stomp
of them.
them all to death.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's also make Pride Rock.
Let's do that.
Let's do that together.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Were you like, what the hell? They made Pride Rock?
I mean,
because everyone was running around.
I mean, yes, but also just because I was still reeling over the stick thing. So, almost anything could have rocked my world at that point.
I bet,
You know what I mean?
including Pride Rock.
Yeah.
Did you like the bit how they fought the white lion at the end and Scar helped him, but then he got his scar?
Yes.
You liked that, did you?
Yeah.
And then Scar was like sniveling. He was like a sniveling turd.
Yeah, it was a sniveling turd. That's right.
He turned into a sniveling turd at the end.
I knew from the outset, I'm like, Mufasa's not going to give him the scar.
Yeah.
Because that would make him...
That'd be rude.
That'd make him, not a golden boy. I mean, again, which is Disney's...
Yeah.
Disney have a problem with that. You can't have a character with any kind of depth.
No.
So the idea that Scar has a rivalry with this guy because he scarred him.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen, obviously.
I agree.
No.
But he did let him stay. He said, you can stay here until you decide to kill me in the future.
Yeah.
This is also dedicated to James Earl Jones. And then at the end, Simba comes back with Beyonce and says, Donald Glover's in this.
Yeah.
And says, hi, I got a son.
Yeah, nice.
And then that's great.
Yeah, great.
And then Neve Campbell's character, because she voiced his daughter initially, was like, I love having a brother. Huh. And then my son turned to me and said, just wait.
Well, your son's doing a lot of turning.
He was. He turned to me.
I think these are all fake stories.
These are real stories. And my son said, he turned to me and he goes, just wait 20 years. Just wait 20 years. They're going to hate each other. Like the movie, because that's what the movie's about. How you can hate your brother.
That's so true.
But also you can make a new brother in a monkey. Remember at the moment where he's like, I love you and you're my brother.
That's true, yeah.
Because you're a monkey.
You can't
and I'm a
physically
lion.
make a lion in a monkey. The technology hasn't progressed to that point yet, I don't think.
Why aren't we doing that?
Seems like it'd be a affront to God.
Yeah, but
Be cool though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but is God real? I think we should do it and see if he gets upset.
Yeah, no, that's true. Also, I think it'd be a good, I reckon it'd be a good, espionage trick.
Yeah.
Like you bring a monkey into the meeting of
and they go,
secret dictators or whatever.
Oh,
but then a lion bursts out of it.
Hell yeah. Monkey sized or full size?
Full size.
Yeah, that's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great. Let's get on that.
Yeah. Pretty good cast. I mean, very good cast, honestly.
Incredible cast.
We've mentioned all the people who are in it. Obviously, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner are back as those turds covered in dirt.
Yep. 2 turds covered in dirt.
Tandy Newton is in this, obviously.
Yep.
Beyonce's daughter.
Yep.
Is Kiara.
Yep.
And others. Keith David.
Keith David is in this.
Yeah.
Blue Ivy Carter is Kiara.
Yeah, that's Beyonce's daughter.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, man. Okay, buddy.
Keith David's in this, Mason. I know you said that already.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the movie.
So in addition to Simba, Nala's son, Keon, Kiara's younger brother, who appeared in The Lion Guard as a cameo at the end. So there you go. So some of this is archived audio of the late James Earl Jones. Was also used in the opening, and it's dedicated to his memory.
Yeah,
I think they should have brought him back.
James Earl Jones, voice of Darth Vader.
Yes. I did say that to my son. I said, that's Darth Vader's voice. They should have brought him back using AI. I think that's the only way that I would respect it.
Yeah, I think, and it shouldn't have been as Mufasa in the clouds. It should have been James Earl Jones in the clouds as Darth Vader.
And also that character who played in Soul Man.
Yeah.
He said, you learnt a lesson from tanning your skin.
So true.
We all did.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It could have been Darth Vader, his character from Soul Man, his character from Coming to America.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Anyway, could do worse.
Could do worse.
But also, you don't have to see this.
You don't have to see it.
If you don't have that much interest in it, you can give it a miss.
We saw it, so you didn't have to.
I don't
That's
care.
our catchphrase.
I don't care if you don't see it. Don't come at me if you didn't like it. You don't have to say it, all right? I'm not making you
Do you think anyone's
going
to come at you for this?
Maybe. Sometimes people are like, I saw it, I didn't like it. Don't see it then. Don't see it, and if you see you don't like it, don't tell me about it.
Wow. I think anyone if you see James on the street in the next couple of months,
Don't.
go up to him and say, I didn't like The Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't articulate why. Because there's no way he can't make you prove that you saw The Lion King, even if you didn't see it.
Bearing in mind, when you say this, I won't remember this interaction, so I'll just think it's really strange.
Yeah.
That might kick you.
Aggressive. Yeah.
All right.
And you'll text me and you'll be like, some weirdo
came up to me.
And I'll be like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't
What's wrong with the people who listen to our show?
Yeah, right?
We should stop, and we will.
That's right.
All right.
And then somebody will send us this clip.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, that's AI.
But we won't listen to it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, let's move it along.
Let's move it along.
To what?
What we reading?
What?
What we gonna read?
What?
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I've been watching a lot of the Dish podcast. Are you familiar with the Dish podcast?
I've been getting heaps of clips of that.
Yeah.
Is this
fun.
a new show? What's happening?
No,
it's
been
just
around
everywhere
for years.
now.
It's been around for years. It's apparently the podcast of the Waitrose supermarket chain in the UK or something like that. Maybe that's a recent addition or something. Maybe that's why we're getting so many clips.
What is happening?
But I know it's fun. I got what got me into it. It was the
Tom Holland.
There was a Tom Holland episode and there was a Stephen Merchant episode. And
yes.
And you know what? We make fun of Tom Holland a lot for being a little British boy, but he was delightful on it.
And he's a man.
He's funny and it was good. And he was there to promote Beero, I think, for the most part. But you know, he's non-alcoholic beer. But
that is fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Stephen Merchant was on.
Yep.
I learned a bunch of things. Dua Lipa, British, it turns out.
I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that either. I didn't know anything about her.
Did she not tell us she was British?
She maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is she singing a British accent? I don't know.
Hello,
songs.
boys.
Seem
Hello,
nice.
governor.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm Dua Lipa.
I love King Charles.
Yeah.
I won't kick him in the face like you.
That's what I do. That's what I do into the bloody Thames after I've had a few bevies in London. I bloody Dua Lipa.
Do you?
Into the Thames.
Don't do that.
No, I did though.
Why did you do that?
It's gross.
It's gross in there.
It's gross in there.
Don't go near the Thames.
Yeah.
You can go near it, but don't go in it.
No, I wouldn't go in it. No.
Just to run near it.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't
Good
know.
joke though.
Yeah, thank you. They're fun. I don't know. I'm curious. Like, if I was British, would people be like, "Don't listen to that. It's awful. It's a corporate whatever podcast." But I watched the.
It
videos.
seems fun.
It was fun. I also watched because they released a bunch of actors on actors and directors on directors.
Yeah.
So I watched the.
Is that where they wrestle? Actors on actors.
None of them wrestled.
Directors on directors.
I think Coleman and Domingo and
skin to skin.
I think Coleman, Domingo, and Kieran Culkin would have wrestled if they'd let the cameras roll a bit just for
they put those two together.
Yeah, it's
I like
fun.
that.
Kieran Culkin's a menace. I don't know. He's fun. I don't know. I like him, but you could not have gotten. They're clearly they get along, but they're clearly they're absolutely opposite ends of the same coin. I would recommend watching that.
Okay, cool.
Because Kieran Culkin's they're like, if you've got a 5 a.m. pickup time, Kieran, what time do you wake up? And he's like, 5 a.m. He's like, I get up at 5 a.m. and I've got clothes on the floor. I just put them on and I just.
Oh my God. Kieran Culkin, God bless you. Well, do you know what I've been reading? And I think you know this because we've got an upcoming episode at bigsandwich.co, the Winter Soldier comic book story arc.
Oh, that's right. Ed Brubaker and others. Steve Epting?
Yes, that's right.
Mostly the artist, yeah.
We're looking at the Captain America movies when Caravan of Garbage returns next year in late January. So we thought, let's look at some other things that are happening. What's a good Captain America thing? And we decided to go with that.
It's Captain America Volume 5.
It is, by the way, yeah. You can read up to it. I didn't, but you can.
Yeah. Also, the Zoe Kravitz and Matt Reeves directors on directors was interesting.
It
was mostly...
she did blink twice, didn't she?
She did blink twice, and she's Catwoman.
Yeah.
So that's the...
I know that.
That's the link there.
You don't need to tell me. I know everything about movies.
Yeah.
I know everything.
Yeah.
I know more than a normal man, but not as much as a cinephile.
That's
I'm somewhere in the middle,
That's right. That is so true, isn't it?
People say to me, how do you know so much about movies? And I say, I don't. If you go on the internet, I don't. Anything else you've been looking at? You watched The Lion King prequel? Mufasa origin, boys.
I did watch that, actually, yeah.
What if a lion became a man? Like metaphorically.
Oh, nice.
A brave man.
So true, isn't it?
Yeah, it is true. Anything else?
I think, James, that is everything.
You've done it. Well, then we got to do the letters.
Okay, I'll do the letters. We'll start that off with the letters.
Simply
thing.
must.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go right now.
I'm reading right now.
The classic one was
letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. We're going to hear right now, we're going to do letters.
And now we have to pause because I don't have any letters.
Oh, yeah, let's pause. Oh, just before we pause.
Go on.
It'd be on the YouTube channel, but there's a Home Alone 2 commentary.
Oh, nice.
I went up early at bigsandwich.co, but we always release a Christmas one. So it's on. It's there to tank our algorithm.
Terrific. Just ruin
really
it.
kill. Just knock the fucking wind out of it.
Just whittle away the fake fans.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're ready with letters now.
That's
If
right.
you do want to reach this show on a letter, you simply can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group where there's a thread every week.
Yeah, which we call a letter.
That's true. And also you can send an email, which we call a letter.
That's right.
To weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
None of these, like from the strictest sense, are letters.
Sometimes we get a physical letter.
They
We've had a
contain
couple.
letters.
Yeah, sure.
But that's, it's wrong.
And then a lot of things contain a lot of other things
That's
as well.
so true, isn't it, when you think about
What's
it?
your letter this week?
Here's an email from Maxwell. Who
Maxwell.
says, I'm old and I don't get it. Hey, James and Meso, I'm currently a grade 9 to 12 teacher in the US.
Okay.
I'm only 25, must be nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always considered myself in the know for pop culture concerning the kids. However, lately I've noticed a lot of pop culture references I didn't get.
Give us an example.
Mostly from internet celebrities or niche shows.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't give a reference, and we can't talk to him because he's not. This isn't a live chat or anything. I don't know what you think I look at when I look at the letters.
What are you doing?
It's like it's static. Letters? You familiar with letters?
Mason, you're holding a turd.
Have you have you ever received a letter in the mail and tried to talk back to it?
Sometimes.
Okay, I think you've lost
I
your
said,
mind.
how dare you, West Bank?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What's up?
Maxwell says, at what point do I consider myself the old man who doesn't get the youth of today? What shows or entertainment that are popular with younger generations do you not enjoy? Well, here's the thing. Don't know.
Don't know.
There's no way to know.
I don't keep up.
Big fan of the podcast. Keep it up. Also, hope you'll consider me the official 25-year-old of the podcast. Must be nice, Max.
You just got to let it go, honestly. You just like what you like.
Well, so, and that's
I experienced that teaching, and it happens almost immediately. Like I started teaching when I was like 22, 23. And immediately I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I also think the speed of pop culture is going faster than
definitely.
ever. Like, and even like memes, like back in the day, you could survive off a meme reference for like months.
And meme people are still famous from back then.
Yeah.
You'll see the overly attached girlfriend pop up every now and then.
That's right.
And whatever. Or the Charlie bit my finger kids.
Yeah.
Who are now men, I assume.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or
do memes last now? No.
I don't think they do. You have to be. You can like wake up in the morning and check your social medias, and a meme has been born and died.
That's right.
Over the span of the day, and there's like meta references and whatever.
And because you got to it, it's over.
That's right. Exactly. That's
you
right.
Wrecked it
because it started on TikTok presumably, and I don't have TikTok.
I don't have it either.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're watching it on Jimmy Fallon, forget it.
Yeah, it's been dead for months probably. Yeah. That's wild. By the time the Fallon writers get to it, it gets approved by Jimmy Fallon, who's desperate to be cool.
But that's what's cool about it.
By the time Elon Musk gets to it.
Yeah, but that's what's cool about him.
That's so true.
If you want to be liked that much, I think we should like them.
Yeah. I think that's true.
What's a young thing that we don't like, though? Yeah, like you said. God. There is a bunch of YouTube shit that, like, obviously the kids and their friends watch, and I'm just like, no.
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet. Whatever, other things.
Skibbity toilet's in Fortnite. Did you know that?
Is he?
Yeah. If you told that to a guy in the 1800s, he'd explode. Or if you tried to break it down to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you'd start that. I mean, you just explain it to like a person who's not online.
Their heads
that would
be explode, yeah.
Incredibly difficult.
Yeah. Can wear Dr. Doom can wear Skibbity toilet as a backpack in Fortnite.
Every now and then there'll be like a reference that I understand because I am probably too online. I probably am. And like there'll be other parents or people my age and they're like, what is this? And I'm like, listen, I know what this is, but I'm just not going to explain it. Because it's
a waste of your time.
It's embarrassing
It's going to take up some of your brain space. And in a week, it's not going to be relevant anymore, but you'll have that in there and you'll try and relate to a young person and you'll say Skibbity toilet.
They'll stab you.
And they'll stab you because it's, because they're doing the viral TikTok trend of stabbing a
Getting
person.
stabbed or stabbing
a person who talks to you.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this is the latest trend. They do a dance and they go,
Stab.
and do a stab. It's a
That's
prank,
right.
they call it. The stabbing. The viral stabbing prank is what they call it.
It is a prank.
It is a prank, yeah. That's right.
Anyway, just don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. You'll be right.
Or just skim TikTok, I
Yep.
think, and just say a thing that you see.
Yeah, but
I think-
even then, like,
I think it's really fun to just go to a young person and just say, like, skibbity toilet, whatever.
skibbity toilet, whatever.
Yeah, because then also, because young people, I think, also hate to know that old people know the things.
Yeah,
that
you
they
kill it
know.
for them.
Yeah, you kill it for. Yeah, if you want to if you want to start a wave of killing all the trends, just be like skibbity toilet. I don't know what you're talking about. Marvel Rivals. It's Jeff.
It is,
Jeff,
isn't
we
it?
hate Jeff, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We
He's
all
a
hate
shark.
Jeff, don't we?
Yeah.
Put on a Trump voice and go, we hate Jeff, don't we? You know?
I got a letter here. It's from Colton Fox.
Ooh, good name.
He's a top contributor. He said, I've got a few. He's got a few here, though. Do you think the growing superhero fatigue will affect James Gunn's DC universe? If they're bad, yes.
Mhm,
If
yeah.
they're not, it doesn't matter. It'll build.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think if they are of the quality of a Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
people will be like,
Moderate hit.
moderate hit.
Or maybe beyond.
I mean, also, trends is trends, and I think I think Gunn is going to have to mix it up a little bit,
Yeah.
because he's a big fan of the kind of found family.
Mm.
They're all a bit weird and they don't get along, and then
Superman's like Ernest and the first superhero. Sort of.
yeah. So I think like thematically, you might have to mix it up a little
Yep.
bit, but quality wise, if they stay the same,
I think the earnestness could carry it, though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
What do you expect from Spum moving forward? We talked about this a little bit, but more actual Spider-Man movies.
now we thought it was dead last week.
I
but
think
now
it's coming back, maybe.
Good.
They'll
Good.
reassess and
Yeah,
they
reassess.
have to.
They'll find another tax loophole.
They have to do it, otherwise they lose it.
Yeah.
Someone posted today asking if Superman is not relevant to younger audiences due to the amount of superhero media and options. Do you agree the character has lost relevance, or do you think kids still care about him? I think they can care about him.
I don't think they know anything about him. I think
Yeah.
they know too much about Skibbity Toilet. And not
Yeah,
enough about Superman.
but I think they can become. It can become relevant.
Yeah. Do you
Anything
think
can.
Superman should say Skibbity Toilet
Yes.
in the movie?
Should say skibbity toilet.
Should
Lex
that be his
Luthor.
only dialogue?
Crypto skibbity toilet? Take me to skibbity toilet.
Toilets. I need healing from Skibbity Toilet. He's got laser eyes, I think, which might heal me somehow.
What cool new catchphrases will James and Mesa have in the new year? It's hard to say.
Isn't it, though?
I mean, we're working on a few.
Mm.
How many have you got? I've got 100.
I have 101.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are they good, though?
No.
Okay, good, because mine aren't good either.
Okay, great. Great. People think they emerge in the moment. We actually
No, we plan them
we
out.
plan them ahead of time, and then we put them on the board.
Yeah.
On our calendars, and then we debut the catchphrases
No,
throughout the
really.
year.
And they always land.
They always land.
Mason, have you got a letter?
I've got a letter
All right.
from Lincoln.
Lincoln.
It says, my brother worked on Craven.
Oh, yeah.
Dear James and Meso, just wanted to write and share my brother worked on Craven and shared with me the nightmare of a project it was along the way. I'll be vague about his role, but it was because of him I got to be one of the first ones to see what the Rhino looked like. He always said it wasn't a good movie, but even he was surprised when he heard people walking out of the theatre. Maybe being so close to a project makes it blurry about how good or bad it actually is.
Yeah, totally.
Despite this, I still plan to see it with my family this holiday season so I can see his name on the big screen at rolling credits. Thank you for the years of being one of the best parts of my week. That's from Lincoln.
You're welcome,
Yeah, I
Lincoln.
mean, again, on a micro level, it's nobody's fault in this movie. If ultimately people go, this was bad. Like it's never the fault of the below the line people.
And we didn't do it.
We didn't do it, certainly. We're not even on the line.
No.
But like people holding lights or building costumes or sets or whatever. Like they're
or even the director.
Yeah, it's the director's fault.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's the studio's
Yeah.
fault. Like it's everybody's working as hard as they can on their one little thing. And if somebody's like, okay, we need Craven's outfits for the movie, it's not the wardrobe's
No.
person's fault that this movie is bad or whatever.
It's not
it
their
is,
fault he's not wearing his stupid outfit from the comics.
Yeah.
And shoots the lightning from his nipples.
I
which
bet
you
you
can sometimes
I
do.
bet you 100% they built a functional half a lion head
Definitely.
vest for that, and they went, looks don't like
We
it.
don't like this.
And, they're never given enough time. They're never given enough money.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. So, I just wanted to point out that congratulations to your brother on working on that. It doesn't say how.
But he probably did something good.
Oh, it says he's the director.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Great. Well, then, I guess.
Yeah.
Some Caleb Oliver who says, just curious if you've given Marvel Rivals a go yet. And if so, who is your main? I am Groot. Yes.
We did.
We're going to be looking at it at bigsandwich.co over the break. My character is Captain America, which I chose because of the...
He's your main.
He's my main, as you would say. And we're going to get on there and play a bit and people can watch it.
Huzzah!
Do I like it?
Mm-hmm.
No. I find it it's not super difficult. I feel like you've seen me play it. It's up and down.
Yeah.
Feels almost random sometimes how well
I
do.
didn't know mostly what was going on.
And but I don't get a thrill out of it. I don't get I'm not like looking to advance. I'm just like this I want to see what this is like and I'll do it for work. And it's free.
Speaking of, we were talking earlier a moment ago about pop culture references that we don't understand anymore because we're old. Is it also because what seems to be being produced for young people is just flashing lights and
lightning,
and just a series of numbers going up and
maybe that's
what
true.
Have you? You know, you ever see those clips and it's like a CGI roller coaster and a Family Guy clip and whatever, and all this stuff's happening at once, and I'm like, why is this?
Because it's cool.
Because it's cool, like this. Yeah.
That's what they should have done for the movie Craven.
Speaking of, all my remaining letters are about Craven.
Okay.
This is from Nickel Craven.
Nickel Craven.
Hi, James and Mason. My name is Nickel.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard the name Nickel Craven, Mason,
you'd have, at this point, 2, 3.
Yeah, I would say probably 3.
Yeah. Hi, James and Mason. My name's Nickel Craven, and that's been fun this year. Usually my name leads to some classic jokes like, what are you craving today? I still don't have a funny response for that yet. When I introduce myself to people older than me, I sometimes get the response like, Wes Craven.
Oh, yeah.
But ever since this movie was announced, I've been dreading the shift over to like Craven the Hunter. Thankfully, no one saw this movie, so I'm safe for now.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah, this is a real Bart Simpson situation where you were like safe for years, and then the show came out and you're like, oh, no.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, if you could think of a good response I could give to what are you craving, I would appreciate it.
I'd Craven you getting the fuck away from me.
Or I'll kill you
dog.
like Craven the Hunter.
And then they go, who?
And then you kill them.
Then you kill them.
You do the viral stabbing prank. You know?
What's a good response? I don't know. What is a good response to anything? I would just go, yeah. That's my response when I don't want to engage with something and somebody tells me.
I go, haha, that's it, brother.
All right.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you put them on a list of people you're going to do the viral stabbing prank to.
You don't give them anything. That's what you do.
Yes,
you're like,
exactly. Yeah, man.
Silence.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Or you could do the, what do you mean by that? And make them explain it.
Yeah, that's always good. Yeah.
And be like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Sorry. Because if they know it, they're weird. If they know about the movie Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, that's actually true, isn't it? Yeah. That's true. Excuse what was this movie?
Yeah.
So it was based on so is Spider-Man.
You like this?
So Spider-Man's not in it.
But you like this though.
So it's just this bad guy. He's doing crimes. Oh, he's not even doing any crimes.
What?
He's okay. Huh.
Russell Crowe.
That's right.
Isn't he Gladiator?
Yeah.
What's he doing in this thing that you like?
Yeah. Russ LaRock.
Isn't he Gladiator?
30-odd foot of grunt. Russell Crowe.
He's Gladiator, isn't he?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Virtuosity.
Yeah.
He was also Denzel. He and Denzel Washington were both in that.
Were they?
Huh. American Gangster though. They're both in that
one.
You're not
also,
thinking
right?
of American Gangster.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe though. Huh.
Craven.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that.
The Chameleon.
Play this.
Yeah.
Hold up your phone and play this.
Yep. Nice. And I got one more email.
So do I.
Okay, go for it.
There you go. It's fine.
Okay. Well, this is from Richard.
Richard.
This is Richard. He says, festive greetings, boys.
Hi.
G'day, boys.
G'day, Richard.
First of all, let me say thank you for that Craven review. On the topic, I have a little experiment for you when you...
Was that last week?
Maybe.
I think it was.
It was last week.
Fucking hell.
I've got a little experiment for you to run when you inevitably do a commentary on Craven. On top of all the ADR, I'm convinced there's at least one scene with full-on CGI mouthwork. Yes, there is.
Which is this?
There's a couple. He's mentioned one here. In the Craven yurt, when Calypso first gets there, the two of them are talking yet another exposition-laden flat back and forth. There seemed to be a shot of Ariana DeBose where her head was unusually still, like they'd frozen a single frame of her, and just CGI'd on a moving mouth. God. Like some crappy Naughty's TV skit. Yeah, it also happens in the start of the movie when he's in prison.
Right.
Because he's speaking Russian.
Oh,
maybe they were like,
yeah.
That pronunciation was a little off. We'll do it in a booth, but we see your face while you're doing it. We need some establishing shots of your face, so we're just going to CGI you.
I mean, they're past like doing ADR off screen, and we're doing this, I guess now.
Yeah, that's the
possible.
latest technique. I think probably because somebody in the went, oh, everybody's noticed. We just do ADR off screen now.
I think Corridor Crew mentioned that there was a movie, I think it was maybe a French movie where they redubbed the entire thing, but it's using AI to change the language and the mouth.
Oh.
So the dub is actually with
Okay.
the proper lip
I mean,
syncing. It could be
so
that.
if enough time and attention
They probably did
is
the
given,
cheaper thing.
Yeah, they did exactly. They did the cheaper thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly freaking right, James.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's Craven talk.
It certainly is.
I'm glad we're still getting Craven content.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we are craving content.
When somebody says, "What are you craving?" you should say, "I'm craving content."
Yep, that's good.
Right. I'm craving content.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's from Ann Deven, who says, would either of you go on the most upsetting guessing game in the world if asked?
No, can't handle
no,
it.
not even. No, I can't even watch that for like extended periods of
People
time.
should watch it, though.
Oh, they should watch it. It's really
It's
funny.
fun,
For
yeah.
those people who don't know, it's Auntie Donna's. It was their warm up, not party game. What would you call it? Like a theatre sport.
It is a party game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Celebrity Head or whatever one,
They're incredibly complicated.
where, somebody will go, you give one person is given a personality trait.
Yeah.
Like maybe they only talk in questions or something, and then somebody else has to guess what their trait
Yeah.
is by talking to them. Except it's it's like
There's
6
so
or
many
7
layers to
levels.
it.
So many layers.
And neither of us are comedians or improvers or could handle this.
No, we'd cry.
So, yeah.
I would open with crying, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And they'd be like, are you a guy who cries uncontrollably all the time?
Yes,
I'm like,
but,
yes, but there's also
There's another
more.
element
Yeah,
to
there's
this.
another element, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's good
But
though.
yes, kudos to all the people who
And that goes for a long time. It
does go for a long
I don't
time.
know how anybody handles it. It's
Yeah.
so stressful. Even
Yeah,
to
so
watch.
that's on the YouTube channel, or it's on the Grouse House YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they also do it on their podcast every once in
Yes.
a while, so people should check it out.
Absolutely.
Artie
They're
Quirks
great
episode.
fun and good dudes. Is that the show?
That's the whole show,
Finally,
folks. Thank you
Jesus.
so much for listening.
Long
Absolutely.
enough for you, Mason? Bloody hell.
Was it long?
No, it's all right. It's a reasonable length.
1.5.
Well, also, yeah, because when we pause to upload it, we leave the backup going.
That's true, we do.
So that would be longer.
That would be longer.
That's good to know.
That's right. So that's bonus material right there.
That's right.
It's all on this. It's all on this little Zoom recorder
It's
here.
Mason going, I need to charge my phone.
That's right.
But he doesn't.
No,
And I'm stressed. Charge your phone, Mason.
my phone is always charged. It's the end of the day, James, and my phone's at 78%. What do you think about that?
At the end of the day, my phone is at no number, but it looks all right.
Let's have a look.
Probably. What's that? What's that, a 60 at least?
Yeah, it's maybe a 65.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Jealous?
No, because I have more charge.
Yeah, more charge. But what about the quality,
That's actually a good point. I am jealous. Folks, thank you so much for listening. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for telling your friends about the podcast, because that is how we get new listeners.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for leaving a 5-star review wherever you can. It's easy. You're probably in the app. You're listening to it now. And if you do so, James, we'll read it out on the podcast.
This one's from Glee plus me equals love. Says proud Patreon supporter.
That's actually beautiful. It's a beautiful sentiment.
I agree. I proudly support these guys on Patreon. They are hilarious and they feel like your friends just talking about stuff you're interested in. These guys are amazing. And Mr. Sunday's solo stuff is great. That's all right. Keep grabbing that gem, guys. Thank
We
you so
will.
much. And this one's from Bacobia, who says, these gentlemen will get you through your week. I love these guys. I've listened to this podcast since 2020 and their friendship makes you feel like you're part of an inside joke. I'm a little struggling actor in LA, and little as in like tiny, or as in like I'm doing small bit parts? What do
Maybe
you think?
both.
Maybe both. And always put on an episode after an audition. They remind me that the film and TV industry is absurd and fun. Thank you. You're welcome. Good
Isn't
luck.
it true?
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck out there.
You can do it.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's just got to remind himself to stay humble,
Yeah.
Stay humble and stay vertical.
Well, maybe he should stay humble.
Yeah, I think he
mean, if he's gonna, is he doing it or not? Because he doesn't seem like he is.
That's so true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to Weekly Planet Pod, at gmail.com. James is making the yappity yap hand motion.
That's what you sound like to me.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yappity yap.
Yappity yap. Don't come
WeeklyPlanetPod
back.
at gmail.com, or you can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group, or the Weekly Planet Podcast subreddit or Discord for fun civil chats about podcasts and pop culture. Thank you to Sarabi and Maisie and Fidel for keeping those moderated.
It's all happening.
And doing doing some video editing and doing TikToks and clips channels and
Yeah,
all
man.
sorts of stuff. They get it done. If you want to follow some people on the socials, first follow our friend Rob Collins on Twitter. He's at Raw Collins on Twitter. He's at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. He'll keep you updated on all things The Weekly Planet. You can follow me at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter and Nick Maso on Instagram. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. If you want to support the show, you go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. Chuck in a buck or an amount you would not miss. Or go to bigsandwich.co. Sign up for $9 per month. Bonus podcasts, early videos, video game, let's plays, bonus, all sorts of stuff.
Easiest thing you could ever do.
It's the easiest thing you could ever do.
Easy choice to make.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all the musical themes. If you want a t-shirt, you go to tpublic.com, search for The Weekly Planet, buy a t-shirt. It's the easiest thing you could ever do.
Mm-hmm.
And next week, we're going to wrap things up for the year
That's right.
with our big awards episode.
And maybe we'll see Sonic, but I probably won't. I will this holidays, but I won't see it before next week.
In time for that, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the review. Pretty fun.
Pretty fun.
You know,
2 Jim Carreys.
Dude, that's crazy.
I hardly know him.
Nice. Good work from everybody. Good voice work. Keanu Reeves is in
Keanu
this.
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
He's famous. He was Duke Kaboom or whatever he was in Toy Story 4.
Oh, yeah.
Ace Motorbike.
It's probably a John Wick reference in this.
He probably goes, I'm John Wick.
Sonic, you killed my wife and my dog.
I'm John Wick.
Yeah, I'm John Wick.
I'm John Wick.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Grab that, Jamie, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.